but I can do it again. My name is Carol Green. I'm delighted to be teaching this class and helping you all refine and tune up your Hebrew reading skills. And hopefully we will all be successful. I sent you out the agenda, which I will sort of kind of maybe follow, meaning this. We will go along according to the outline I sent out, but sometimes we will add things. We might take detours as things happen. And if anyone has a particular thing they would like to have included, please let me know. You can email me at any time, and that would be fine. So I'm going to call on people the way they appear on my screen, only because it's easiest for me to keep track that way. So Denise, would you like to introduce yourself to the group, please?
Yeah. Before we go any further, my two dachshunds are back here and they bark at everything. So if they go nuts, I apologize.
Okay, thank you.
My name's Denise Brand, and this is my third session of Hebrew. I'm repeating advanced beginner because I want to make sure I get it right. I'm part of the bat mitzvah class that the Women's League is supporting, that they're teaching us. And in 2023, we're going to have a b'nai mitzvah at the convention, which is one of the reasons we had to learn Hebrew. But I wanted to learn it anyway because I like to participate at synagogue. Retired. I was a foreign language teacher for 25 years, and then I went and got my master's degree as a school guidance counselor. And then I retired. I have a grandson who lives with me, who is he's the most perfect, beautiful, wonderful child that ever existed. But you know, I'm his Donnie, so
And
I'm really glad to be here.
And you are joining us from where?
I'm from Mercer County, outside of Trenton, Mercer County, New Jersey, Hamilton Township, if anybody's familiar with it. I always say we're near Princeton because that's what it was, about 20 minutes from Princeton.
Great, so, thank you. Gail Kaiser, please.
Hi, everybody. I see some familiar faces. I live in, well, let's start. There's a group of us on here who took beginner Hebrew with Carol this past fall and totally enjoyed it. I live in Pomona, New York, not California, which is in Rockland County, which is about 35 miles northwest of New York City. I am a retired teacher and administrator. Right now, I am serving as co-president of my synagogue. And that keeps me hopping, believe me. So I'm married. We have one daughter. I just became a grandma for the first time in September. And
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Thank you. His name is Elliot, and he is precious.
Of course.
So that's it from my end, I think, at least for now.
Great. Well, thank you. Barbara, you are next on my screen. Brumbelow, yes.
It's I have a chihuahua. You just heard that. Go, go, go. My name, seriously. My name really isn't that hard. It's Brum and then the word below. Brumbelow, it's English. I'm from in Long Beach, California, and I belong to Congregation B'nai Israel in Tustin, California. I'm retired. And I want to be able to keep up with service and be more participatory.
Okay. Hopefully we will get you there.
I'm going to shoot this dog. I'll be back.
Okay. Uh-oh. Gail Brunian.
Hi, I'm Gail. I live in Philadelphia, well, 45 minutes north of Philadelphia in Lansdale. I'm an optometrist, but I'm working part-time, so I have time to do this, thankfully.
Oh.
Yeah, I have 3 grown kids and my youngest is in Israel now doing her master's. She's actually home this week, but I'm hoping now to go visit her in June, July, I'll be able to read everything better now. The last time I went to see where I couldn't read anything, so I'm really excited to go back and actually maybe read the menus. I might not, at least I can read it. I might know what it says, but I'm
Great.
excited.
That's wonderful. Excellent. So your daughter missed the snow, I guess, because it snowed in Israel last week, I think.
Yes, so she's excited, but she goes back Monday, so.
All right. Edith, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm from, I attend synagogue in Annapolis, of course, Kol Shalom of Annapolis. And I had been searching for a Hebrew class for over 10 years. And I really joined the bat mitzvah to learn Hebrew and found out that that wasn't gonna work. And then the Hebrew class popped up and I was like, oh, wow. Because I even enrolled in a college course and it was, it didn't happen for lack of attendance. So I've been searching a long time. So this was just awesome to be in it, to find it. And it's been wonderful. This is my 3rd session. And did I say I live in Maryland near the BWI airport, near Thurgood Marshall Airport? And I am an educator, retired educator, special ed, all my career, 37 years.
Wow.
I think that's it.
Great. Well, welcome. Glad to have you with us. Nancy, please.
Hi, everyone. I am coming to you from sunny Rancho Cordova near Sacramento. So Barbara, you and I have some connection in that I grew up in Long Beach from the 6th grade on. And I am also a retired educator like many of you. And I have, my father was Air Force, so I have lived in many, many places, including, well, born in Chicago, as my parents and their family were, but rarely there. So lived in Minnesota and went to the same synagogue as Ruth when I was a kid. And I have lived in many different places, and I'm very excited to be in this class because yes, I did, because my parents moved so often, they made sure that we had Hebrew education, but that does, and I did have a bat mitzvah, but I did not at 13 really learn to read Hebrew. And so to me, this is really, as I said last week at the end of our class, it was exciting to me to be able to read Aleph, Bet, the words themselves for the letters I've known my whole life. To me, this has been a fantastic group to be with as well. So I'm looking forward to this class with you all again and meeting new people here too.
Superb. Thank you, Nancy.
Mhm.
Karen.
Hi,
Please.
I'm Karen Fine. My name's not pronounced as it's spelled. I live in San Jose, California, which is part of the Bay Area. And I have 2 grown sons that are bachelors that are living with me right now due to the high cost of property in this area. And my profession, I was an EA, which is a fairly authorized tax preparer. And I could also do representation before the IRS. I still yet have my license. I'm debating whether I'll renew it this year. I've actually stopped doing taxes when COVID hit.
All right, thank you. Tula, please.
Hi, did I turn on my mic?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Tula Lightfoot, and I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was raised an Orthodox girl, so I don't know too much. I went to like 2 years of Hebrew school, and that was it. But I've been trying very hard to learn by myself. I attend morning minions a lot. And I'm a very slow reader, and I don't understand what I'm reading when I read it. But I'm hoping that I'll get a lot out of this class. I'm a retired college professor, and I'm happy to meet everybody. Hi.
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 So reading slowly is okay. And I think speed comes with practice. And, you know, the more you review, the faster you get. I remember when I first started going to Morning Minion, some 26, 30 years ago, the cantor at my synagogue at the time had said, because I couldn't keep up, even though I can read Hebrew very well, I just couldn't keep up. And she said, you know, don't try to keep up at the beginning. Focus maybe on a line at a time, she said. And then after time went by, I could keep up because I did like one line at a time to get the speed up. So you'll get there.
Thank you.
Jamie. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're the pro. I think it is practice, but my name's Jamie Frank and I live in Washington, DC right now. I lived in Annapolis for almost 30 years. So Edith, that was my synagogue. And I, yeah, that's so cool. We'll have to talk. And then I got my bat mitzvah, I was bat mitzvah there as an adult. And my focus has been on meaning and intent and understanding. So I'm very slow, and the more I can read more easily, the more I'll understand. So I'm looking to keep up with the services, that kind of thing. And one last bit, Barbara from below, I have a daughter-in-law stepdaughter, I guess. She's looking to buy, and I guess there are bidding wars everywhere in California. But if you happen to know anybody who, she's married, wonderful couple, very service-oriented people. If you happen to know, I'm just throwing it out there. Thanks.
You're talking about a house?
It's a house. They're in an apartment, and I work full time. So if I'm yawning, that's why. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Ruth.
Hi, Ruth Harris, and I'm in Minnesota. I'm region president for the Intercontinental region, which comes from Canada to Mexico. This is my second class with Carol, and I'm taking the class primarily because I'm interested, like the rest of you, in being able to read the prayer books and when I attend services. So it's been a great experience, and we've got a good teacher here.
Oh, thank you. Mary.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, I'm
Hi.
Mary Frankel. I'm in New York City, Manhattan. The reason I'm taking the course is I've been actually looking for a refresher for a number of years, like one or two of you said. I was bat mitzvahed over 50 years ago, and I used to read Hebrew and do it very, very well and understand it. And I belong to Sutton Place Synagogue on 51st Street in Manhattan, and I'm very involved. But I realized I needed a refresher, and this seemed to suit the bill. And Carol, I'm looking forward to it. What I do for my living is I've been a tax attorney, investment banker, portfolio manager, help run an opportunity fund. And for 18 years, I was a REIT, real estate investment trust analyst at Moody's, the rating agency. And I retired about 5 years ago. And what I do now is, number one, I have my own consulting business. Number two, I teach at NYU in Columbia, which I've been doing for about 17 years. Number three, I working on launching a fund with an old colleague. And number 5, I sit on some public boards and some nonprofits.
Oh, very nice.
And in your
Welcome.
spare time?
In my spare time, I'm doing this.
Excellent,
Well
excellent,
said.
excellent. So Francis, do you like Francis or Fran?
Fran, hi.
Hi.
So my name is, well, we could say Francis, but Fran Kraus. I live in Boca Raton, Florida. I've had no formal Hebrew training. I come from a family of Holocaust survivors. So what I do know is really pretty much by rote as opposed to truly reading. And my goal isn't just for prayer. I want to be able to read Hebrew. I get frustrated when I see different fonts of letters that make it difficult for me to read. So that, I don't know, I communicate with some family in Israel. So again, we're sending back readings and Shabbos, and the different fonts make me crazy.
I get it.
Yeah.
So,
I
well,
worked
welcome.
yeah. Anyway, I was an administrator of a dialysis unit. I taught at Brooklyn College. My degree is in public health. And I belong to B'nai Torah, which is a conservative synagogue in Boca Raton.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I noticed that Julia Loeb has joined us, and I think she would like to say hello.
Thanks, Carol.
Oh,
Hi,
welcome.
everyone. As Carol said, my name is Julia Loeb. For those that don't know me, I'm a Vice President of Women's League and co-chair of the Education Committee, which is the little corner of Women's League that's sponsoring these classes. It's like brought to you by the letters W and L. So it's nice to see all of you here, some of you back again, some of you new. I just wanted to sort of say hi and let you put a face to a name. I'm the one that's been sending all these emails out to you, and I'm going to put my email again in the chat. For some reason this time, a lot of people, my emails ended up in spam. I don't know why. So you can add me to your contacts, and then that should prevent that from happening. But hopefully, you know, you all made it here today, found the link. It's going to be the same link every week, so that shouldn't be an issue. I just wanted to share a little bit of the background. We started these Hebrew classes last year, a year ago in the fall. We had 3 classes. Carol was one of our first teachers. We had 1 class at each level. And now this spring, we are running 12 classes with 11 different teachers. And you are one of 180 students that are now taking Women's League Hebrew classes.
wow.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
impressive.
it is. There are 3 other classes going on right now. So I'm going from class to class. I also wanted to share with you, I got an email. I live in the DC, Washington, DC suburbs, and I got an email from the DC JCC, and they are offering conversational Hebrew classes. And so I was just curious, like, what are those? You know, not that it's competition, but just to see what other kinds of things are being offered. Their classes are also, it runs about the same time period. They start this week. They end a little bit earlier in the middle of May. They run for an hour a week. And those classes cost $430 for the
Oh, wow.
semester. So just sharing that so you know that this Hebrew class is free, gratis to you as a benefit of your Women's League membership. So go back to your sisterhoods or to your synagogues, tell all your friends who aren't members of your sisterhood or aren't individual members that they should join so they can take advantage of programs like this. And the other thing I wanted to say is that feel free to reach out to me. The first couple of weeks of these classes, there's a lot of movement, people trying to find their right place. So if this class is too easy or too hard, don't, it's not something you need to like endure or get through just because this is where you were first assigned. So there's, even though the other classes were all full when we started out, there'll be movement there too. So we want to make sure that it's a good experience for you and that you find the right place. And I think that's it. Any quick questions for me before I let you get back to?
I just want to say thank you so much for having these. Thank everybody, at the board for doing this. This is wonderful. Because I was Orthodox, I wasn't able to study as a child. So this is just so meaningful for me.
You're welcome. We're also looking at other classes for next fall. All it takes is teachers. So I'm sure Carol explained to you already that this is a Hebrew reading class. It's not a conversation class. It's not a liturgy class. It's not a comprehension class, although there might be elements of all of that throughout. That's not the focus. So we're looking at doing something, adding classes like that in, or adding a Torah trope class. So anything you can think of, please feel free to email me, let me know what you'd like, and we'll see what we can do to make it happen.
Hey, thank you very much, Julia.
Thanks, everyone. Bye. Enjoy the class.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Arena.
Hi. I'm glad I made it. What did I miss?
Introductions. So you can introduce yourself now.
It's not fair because I won't hear any other introduction. But anyway,
Well,
it's fine. It's pays the price of being late. I'm Irina Martinova, and I love this class, and I'm looking forward to advance my knowledge and be in camaraderie with everybody else. And grateful to our teacher, Carol Green.
Well, thank you. And Irina, where are you located?
Located in Westchester, which is suburb of New York.
Okay, good. Thank you.
It's a good suburb. Yeah.
Okay, so I thought that I would start today with a review, a bit of a review. By the way, because I use an iPad, I have absolutely no idea how to use the whiteboard function. So instead, I write on paper and I hold it up to my screen, and I think it works. So anything that so I got the thumbs up from a couple of people, so I think it will work. And so I will continue to do that. Today remembered, I just have to, normally when I'm on Zoom, I have what's called blur on because it blurs the background. I always have to remember to take it off, which I've done. And as long as blur is off, you can see. So basically, Hebrew consists of, I used to call them letters. And a friend of mine said, no, it's better to call them consonants. So the letters, think of them as consonants. And what's interesting about Hebrew, which is different than English and maybe other languages, is that Hebrew is very phonetic. And if a letter says L, it always says L. If a letter says K or K, it always is the K. In contrast to English, think about how difficult it must be to learn English, because you have F as in off, that's F. You have PH as in phone, which is also an F sound. And then you have GH as in laugh, and that's also an F sound. I don't know how anybody learns English when you have all of those possibilities, because sometimes GH isn't F. And sometimes, and PH usually always is F, but this way here, you know Hebrew, if you've got a letter, it always has the same sound of that consonant, no matter what. Then we have vowels. The Hebrew vowels give vocalization to all the letters. So every time you have a letter, you have to have a vowel with it. Typically, the vowel comes underneath the letter. So, like this. See, letter, vowel. So you marry the sound of the letter with the sound of the vowel. And that's how it works. If you look at a letter and you look underneath it and you see no vowel, you need to look alongside. Like that. Okay?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
If you look, here's your letter. Whoops, here's your letter. You look underneath for the vowel. You don't see it. Like in this case, there's nothing underneath, then you look alongside. Okay? Every letter has to have a vowel with the exception of the last letter.
Or on the top, when you say alongside, it'd be the next.
Right, a lot like here, alongside, and then and sometimes it is just on top, but that's very much less frequent. Okay, so I just wanted to focus on these two. It is, okay, every letter needs to have a vowel with the exception of the last letter. And you absolutely must pronounce the last letter, with one exception, which we will get to. We English speakers are lazy. Okay? I know we all say, I'm going to the store this afternoon. Only the problem is there isn't such a word as going. The word is really going. But I don't think any of us pronounces the G. I know I don't. Unless, and so, but in Hebrew, you really do have to pronounce that last letter. Any questions so far? And by the way, all questions are welcome. I believe there's no such thing as a stupid question. And if I go too quickly, please say, wait a minute, Carol, I didn't get it. Please repeat. All right. Now, when it comes to the way I run the class is I will call on people in the order that faces appear on my screen. And if I've called on you to read, please do so. Everybody else, if you want to read along, that's fine, but you need to mute yourselves because we really should only hear one person at a time. Partially because with Zoom, it's hard to do anything in unison. I mean, you know, there's a time delay.
Don't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work to try to do anything in unison. Any questions so far? And by the way, because I'm using an iPad, I can only see 12 boxes at a time. So if you do have a question, you need to say it. And you say, Carol, I have a question because I won't see everybody. Just wanted to let you know that.
So do you want us not to rely on chat if we have a question? We should vocalize our question.
Yes, please.
Carol, it's Mary.
Yes.
I just wanted you to know, I'm watching you guys on an iPad also. I can see more than 12. You can, when you have time, there's a little thing you can click and you can get more.
Great, thank you.
Okay?
Super. Yes, thank
Because
you
I
very
can
much.
see, I'm on an iPad, it's about a year old. I can see everybody. So just, there's a little box when you go back into the settings.
Thank you. I'll make a note to do that. Settings. All right. Because I know on some Zoom programs some Zoom things, I do have more than 12 boxes and it must be that's how that person set it up or something. I don't know.
Right.
Okay.
No, you can set it up yourself on yours. For example, on my PC, I've set up Zoom. I can see up to like 50 if I want.
Great. Thank you for that.
The iPad Zoom is a little bit less.
I'll do that when we're done. Thank you very, very much. I
Surely.
appreciate the tip. Okay. So the subject for today from the outline was introductions, welcome, and I sent out a sheet of the letters. I believe everybody should have received it. So that was to review the letters. You can keep it alongside, and also the vowels, because people do sometimes have difficulty remembering all the different vowels. And I thought that we would, okay, so every week we will follow the outline. But I have found that sometimes we can finish the outline in less time than the class. So what I've chosen as my filler is Ashrae. Now, Ashrae is a psalm that's recited, I wrote it down. It's recited 3 times a day. It's recited twice during Shacharit and once at the beginning of Mincha. And so it's interesting because it isn't on the outline, but that's okay. It's something that we could keep going over and over and over. And I thought that that would be something for us to sort of start with for today, because I knew we would need some filling. Now, I will announce 3 sets of pages. Complete Sim Shalom, the Sim Shalom for Shabbat and festivals, and Lev Shalem. Does anyone have any other Siddur? Right. Okay, good. Okay, so.
Carol,
Yes,
when you say complete Sim Shalom, is this the one you're talking about?
yes.
Okay.
So what Denise held up was complete Sim Shalom. What Barbara has is the Lev Shalem, which is also what Karen seems to have, and Gail B. I think that Gail K, is that the Shabbat and festivals? I think.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Nancy, I think that's complete. Nancy, you have the complete Sim Shalom. Okay, so
Okay, this is the one I have, Carol.
Oh, you have that's the weekday. All
Yeah,
right.
but I also have a copy of the other one in the house as well.
If
The
you
little
want to,
blue one? The little blue one?
Ruth, if all of you wait a nanosecond, I will get my weekday Sim Shalom, so that I can give Ruth the page. I didn't realize somebody was going to have the weekday one. This will take me more than a second, but very quickly I will get mine and can get the page. Hold on.
Oh, Gail, okay, you did get my check? Is there a problem? Let me know. I hope you
Yes,
got it.
no, we're good. We're good.
The mail is so crazy. I'm always afraid it's
No,
not.
I got everybody's. I'm just waiting for Nancy's.
Okay, I'm back. All right, so we are going to be looking at Ashrae, which can be found in the Complete Sim Shalom on page 80. In the Shabbat, the Sim Shalom for Shabbat and festivals on page 96. In Lev Shalem on page 42. And in weekday Sim Shalom on page 21.
Okay, let me look because.
Okay, I'll do that again. Complete Sim Shalom is 80. Sim Shalom for Shabbat and festivals, 96.
I have it on 151.
You can have it in multiple places. Don't forget, I said it's recited
Okay.
3 different times, so wherever you find it is fine. But for
Okay.
those for this, Shabbat is 96, Lev Shalem 42, and weekday 21. So remember,
It's not in 42 on my Lev Shalom.
It's not on 21 either.
Wait a minute.
This is
I
a
just-
sound.
It's on 181 in Lev Shalem.
Okay, so it's,
181, okay, sorry about that. I don't have a hard copy of Lev Shalem, so I was looking at a what I thought was a complete PDF, so.
Yeah, that probably.
yep, got it on
Yeah, I
181.
have this one, so I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No, I'm not.
And I have this one.
Oh, yeah, okay, not,
Oh, my God.
oh my goodness, you have a lot of Sidurim. Don't have those, sorry.
It's right after the Torah, right?
Yes,
Let me find
Right.
Torah service.
okay.
Carol, I'm sorry, and Lev Shalem, which page?
181.
181, I was told, 181.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's 181. Ashrae.
Okay, has everybody found Ashrae?
Yes,
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. Denise, would you like to start reading the first line, please?
Okay. Here I go.
Can't find it.
You want me to wait a minute?
Okay, who couldn't find it?
Me.
Sounds like
Ruth.
Ruth.
I can't find it.
Okay. All right, well, okay, Tula, wait 1 second, because I don't have a cedar like you do. Now, Ruth, what cedar are you using?
The Siddur Sim Shalom
Okay,
for weekdays.
Oh,
The one
that's
that's got
on 120.
let's see.
Got it.
Got it? Okay, excellent.
I looked it up online and their
Thank you.
Lev Shalom is online. And I
Okay,
found it
good.
there.
Good, thank you. Okay, so Tula, I don't know how to help you with this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't either.
It's right at the beginning of Minka.
Yep. Oh, yes, that's good. Do you have-
Reading of the Torah. Then I have the ark is closed, returning the Torah to the ark.
Keep going.
Reading
Keep
of
going.
the Torah, the ark is closed, returning the Torah to the ark, reading. I'm sorry.
That's
Don't
okay.
Keep
Returning,
It has like every single holiday in it.
Keep going. Go past the special prayers and it's right after that.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, it's saying special prayers, so it would be after that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
keep going.
Because I
Most
have
likely.
Sukkot. Then I have meditation, silent prayer, all are seated, kadosh, kadosh.
no,
No, you're too
before
far.
that.
Field of
You're too far
Abraham.
back.
That's the
Yeah,
Kedusha.
I'm not gonna be able to find it. I'm sorry for holding you up.
Do you like the computer? If you have another computer, go search for Ashrae Lev Shalom and you'll
That's a
find
good idea. I
PDF.
can do it on my phone. Yeah, hold on.
Aha, there you go.
I did it on my phone.
So I can just say Ashrae,
Yep.
Ashreit.
R E
No,
I.
no, true.
Whoa, it's
Eight.
little. Yeah, I see it.
There's a
On your phone.
PDF. And Google, the PDF should come right up. Lev Shalom.
Yep.
Complete text of Ashrae.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So Denise, if you could read the first line, please.
Okay. Ashrae, Yevoshev,
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
Yoshev.
Slow- Almost. So you got the yo, and then there's the sh, yosh. And then
Yosheveh.
what? Right, yoshve.
Ashrae, Yosheveh. Now, is that a bay or a vet?
That's a v, no dot. The dot was vacuumed out.
Okay. Vetecha,
Yeah, nice.
Ov, Vod.
No. Whoop. stop.
Ode.
Okay, that first letter of that word is a silent letter. It's the ion.
Right.
So
So
you
it's
just
ode.
ode. Yep.
Eteka ode Yahalele Yahaleloteka.
Almost. Yeah, ha, le, lu, ha.
Yahale. I thought that's what that was. I don't know why I put a T in there. Yahallelujah.
No, yeah, there. Yeah, ha, le, lu, ha.
Ha. Okay. Selah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, okay, here. Here's a whole host of letters that I wrote out for some reason at one point. And it's unreadable because I was just writing letters on a dotted line. But what I'm holding it up is to point out to you that when it comes to reading a long word, what you should do is, whoops. Ugh. Okay, read the, whoops, it's backwards. Okay, read the first letter vowel combination, then slide your finger over to the next one, slide to the next one until you get to the end. That helps in the reading. So in other words, look at the first letter vowel, cover up everything else, then slide your hand over or a piece of paper. It will make it much easier to read the word. Okay. All right. Next line, Gail K, please.
Yep. Ashrae, ha'am, she, ba.
That's a K.
Oh, she, again, my magnifying glass is upstairs.
Not a good place.
She, ba.
No, that's a K.
She, ka, va.
No, they're both backwards C's. Sheka, ha.
She, ka, ha, lo.
Yeah. Yep.
Ashrae, ha'am, she. And again, I can't see the vowel on this.
There's no vowels because that's Adonai.
Oh, I'm used to seeing it from the other one.
Yeah.
She, Adonai, Elo, he, ha.
Almost.
Elo, ha.
V.
Va.
Just the
Vo.
Elohav.
Elohav.
Okay.
Sorry about that. To do this, I really either have to blow it up or use my magnifying glass.
Yeah, I reckon.
Carol, I have a question.
Certainly.
Elohav, enough to have a dot here. I thought there was a Elohav, like they have like a diamond something after V. It's just a dot.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes. You know what that is?
No.
Is that a period?
It's a period. How do you end a sentence?
With a period.
With a period.
Oh,
that's what that is.
Mystery solved. Okay.
Exactly. Mystery solved. Okay. At the end of that word, whoops, hold on. I goofed. Wait a sec. Made a mistake. New piece of paper. Okay, at the end of that last word, so let me write out this whole word. Okay, the last word in that sentence was this, Elohav. A couple of things to be said. One, and getting the red pen. Every time you have this combination, the little T, the little vowel that looks like a T, followed by the Yud, followed by the Vav, it's always of. So this is Elohav. And you can have a whole lot of words that'll end like that, and it's always of at the end. Okay? So that's the first thing I wanted to point out. The second thing, this first vowel combination, which looks like a mishmash of dots. In the sheet that I sent you with all of the vowels, I merely sent a vowel that looked like 3 dots like this. And I said that was eh, which it is. Notice that over here, we have 2 extra dots. Those 2 extra dots, the 2 dots on top of each other represent the shva, which is the silent vowel. And when I teach the beginning Hebrew, we do an arithmetic exercise. And we do 1 plus 0 is?
1.
1. 2 plus 0 is?
2,
Right. 3 plus 0 is?
3,
3. Okay. So these 2 dots in front of another vowel, that's equivalent to a 0. Okay, so you can sort of ignore it and just pick up the vowel sound, which is exactly what Gail did. Are there any questions? Okay, let's move on to, one more thing. Sorry, I knew there's one more thing I wanted to point out. Notice in the third word, let me write it out. Because oftentimes people will ask, nobody did, but that's okay. It's a lot to, not the dot, it's a little line.
Fine.
Anyway,
Yeah.
hang on a sec. Right, okay. Here we go. That's that third word, shekacha. Now, this line, that's an accent mark. Hebrew, by default, accents the last syllable. But when the word needs to be accented on other than the last syllable, that little straight line appears to let you know that. Okay? So it's shekacha lo, not shekaha. That's the difference. It's shekacha lo, or shekacha, not shekaha. All right? Any questions?
Too many to ask.
Sorry, Nancy. Okay, Barbara, we are on line, I'm going to ask you to read lines 3 and 4 because line 3 is so short.
Tehillah le David.
Yes, excellent.
Aromimha Elohe.
Okay, wait a minute, stop.
That wasn't right.
Okay, so we have Elo, and then underneath the hey, the letter hey is a straight line. Yeah, Elohai.
HaMelech ve'avar ha shimha le'olam va'ed.
Very nice, yes. Any questions?
Yes.
Nancy.
Okay. From last time, I printed out the pages, last class, I printed out the pages and I could write on my pages. So I'm struggling here because I don't feel comfortable writing in my book. Is there a reason not to? Reason I can? What's the answer?
Well, that's a
It's
good
your
question.
book.
I don't know. I have written in my Siddur in pencil, so it's not permanent.
Okay.
part of the reason I have written in my Siddur is if I am leading services, when the cantor is not available or at morning minyan, I want to make sure I mark pause, the appropriate place to pause. Sometimes I need to remind myself that on this word, my voice should go up, or this word it should go down. So I put little arrows up and down. So I think it's probably okay. To the extent that that I can send material beforehand, or you could print it beforehand, you have the whole outline. And so I'll try to look up page numbers, and then you could print it out beforehand and do what you were doing, which is write all over it. If that works, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. Can you do
Yes.
the, oh, what number is it? It's the Ve'avracha word. Can you go
Yes,
slowly, please?
certainly. Va, a, var, ha.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Okay, so now let me see. I think it's at Gale B for the next line. Please.
Bacol, Yom, Avar, Heka,
Almost. Okay.
Avar,
Oh,
Sheka.
wait, stop. You've almost got it correct. And let me just point out, there's a little difference here.
Ah.
So we normally see that final ch sound, and if it has an ah in it, you would say cha, like yivarechecha, and it looks like this.
Right.
But notice this one is a little different because you see there's a dot. You see the dot?
Mhm.
Yeah. Ooh, oh, so
So
what does that
that's-
mean?
So, okay, this letter is the final letter for the back, what I call the backwards C, the chaf. So
Yeah.
here, the chaf is the cha related to this one. Notice when you put a dot in that one, it becomes a ka. So the dot here makes it ka at the end.
Ah.
Ah, okay.
All right?
Yeah, I really.
I says
gotta-
Avar, Heka,
Yes, lovely.
Ya, Yakel, La.
Okay, do it slowly, cover up the letters you don't need to do it. Va.
What line are we on?
Okay, so we're on line 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Va'a, Hal, La.
Okay, that was really good. One correction. Because you have the two lamets together and the first one has the shva, this is one of those exceptions. So it becomes va, a, ha, li, la.
Va'a, Ha, Le, La.
Right.
Shemka, Shimka,
Shimcha.
Leo, Leolam, Bayed.
Right, very nice. Okay. Next line, which is line 1 to number 5. Nancy, please.
Okay. Gadol, Adonai, Ume, Hulal, Umeha, no,
That was right. Uma Hulal is right.
okay. Ma'od,
Yep.
Vali, Gedulato. Ain. Hey. Wait, hey care.
Yes, very nice.
Thank you.
Okay. So I just looked at my clock and it is 2:28. So it's unfortunate that everybody will not have a chance to read today. We will use Ashrae, so keep it marked somewhere in a Siddur. Now that you've found it, put in a bookmark somewhere. Because we will come back to it if we have time at the end of different lessons. And let me see, what else is there to say? Anybody? Oh, one other thing is, wait a minute. I'm sure this is a robocall. I don't know what this is. Hold on. Whoops. Hello? Robocall, since nobody was there. Okay. As you practice during the week, if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me. You've got all my phone numbers and my email address. If you need to reach out, please do. And let me see, is there anything else? I think we're all set.
Can you
Anybody have
put
any?
yeah, sorry, can you put the pieces of paper you drew up? I think you did 3 of them. I'm going to take screenshots real quick.
Oh, sure. Oops.
Okay, I did that one. That was the last one, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then, oh, I know, I had this one.
Thank you.
And I think the first one was, oh, this one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Okay. Anything else?
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Shabbat shalom.